Wellness Show, episode number 427.
Welcome to the Wellness Show, a podcast on health and wealth. I'm your host, Tyhson Banighen, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful, heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more. Welcome to the Wellness Show, and I'm your host, Tyhson Banighen, and I'm with my lovely co-host, Laura Kuhl, and we're with you for the next hour to answer all your questions on dowsing, energy healing, what's up in your life, and what's up on planet Earth in this time of extraordinary change and transformation. So this is your hour to ask these questions. The tougher, the better. We love tough questions. And we love to do the healings, help you get out of your own way, take back your personal power, and stand in your truth no matter what, especially at this time when lots is happening around and about and in your families and in your community and in your life. So toll-free, North America, 1-866-369-7464. And also you can do it through WhatsApp. That's 1-250-803-2480. And we should make a sign for that as well. That's my cell phone, and you can come in by WhatsApp. Any way you want to join us is fine. If you do type in your request, we're broadcasting at 8 channels, so it might be difficult for Michael to pick that up. But let's say we, in the Wellness Academy, why don't we, if you're going to ask questions that way, then do it in the Wellness Academy Facebook page, and maybe Michael can maybe track that during the show and feed those questions in or let us know what they are. So that's the way you can do it. We would prefer that you phone in and we get to talk to you live. So welcome, Laura. What's up in your life?
Trying to figure out how to share this on the Facebook, and I'm bound and determined. So if my face keeps going down, that's why.
She's praying, everybody. She's praying on your behalf.
So I'm praying that I can do this.
That's right. She wants to share the show to her tribe. So yeah, so a lot really cold where we are. Is it cold where you are, Laura?
It is, yes, frigid. Very Arctic temperatures here in Wisconsin.
Yes.
My dogs like it though. They go out, they do their business, and they come right back in, which, okay, maybe mom likes it more than the dogs like it.
I can't remember which one. I don't know, it was Michael dogs or somebody was talking about their dog peed on their foot and their foot froze, and the dog's going like this, oh, and I think whoever the owner was said, I'm not picking you up. You're just going to have to deal with it, right? You're way too big. So yeah, so if you're outside, watch where you're peeing, I think is the lesson for today, because it's way too cold, right?
It is
too cold. Luckily, and thanks to the one-legged beings, the trees. Thank you, trees, for giving your lives as wood for our fireplace. Thank goodness I can see Michael's fire burning. Mine's burning. It's been burning steadily. I don't know. We're in our 6th or 7th day, nonstop. So we appreciate all the trees and the tree spirits that gave their lives for us to stay warm and toasty and cuddly in this very frigid time on this planet. Looking forward to spring. I'm still dreaming of spring. Every once in a while, I can get out on the deck in the sun, but it's a little too cold to do that now. So that's it. The weather report from the Wellness Show, both for Wisconsin and British Columbia. Friggin' cold. That's what it is. Friggin' cold.
friggin' cold. It is.
It is.
But it is the Chinese New Year, so happy Chinese New Year's.
Yes, thank you very much. I see you got oranges on your altar. I got oranges not on my altar, but I do have beautiful oranges. Yeah, orange is a great way to bless the new year. And when you do that, those oranges will be so full of sacred nutritional value. They will be just lovely to eat, so don't forget to eat them once you bless them on your altar. Yes, so happy New Year. And a little about the New Year. Following the lunar calendar and the Chinese New Year is really a way to come more in contact with the natural cycles in one's life. I know we have the Gregorian calendar, which is really an artifact of what it should be, in that it's a commercial calendar that was created in order to keep us marching to the tune of time and to be part of the workforce, enslavement. Whereas the natural calendar or the Chinese calendar follows the moon, which is a cycle of birth, death, reincarnation, new moon, planting the seeds, full moon, the harvest. And those 13 calendar moons are the natural cycles of our emotions and our evolution as we go through the lunar and solar cycles. So it's really good if you can find how to coordinate the two, like you can have the one calendar and the other calendar, have them side by side. Unfortunately, mine's in Chinese, so it makes no sense to me. I have to find one that's in English. And so that I can see, so I can.
Well, you can learn Mandarin. I mean, you are so intelligent. Like, I just know you could do it.
Well, I was Chinese in a past life, and that's a whole other story. But I didn't bring the knowledge of Mandarin with me.
Right. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, that does not follow us. But do you have any red envelopes filled with cash for all of your friends?
No, I don't have any red envelopes. But I have, and I don't. Well, cash would be nice, but I have many envelopes of condolences that have arrived from all over the planet, talking about Sarah and the impact of Sarah's life on everybody's life. So those are like little red envelopes of energy that's coming my way. I found a really interesting file folder of it's called My Friends, and in it are all of her emails of all of her friends and discussions. So all of them were precious to her. So she typed them all out. So there'll be a great thing for her daughter and for her grandson. This whole file of all of her friends. So here's Lorraine Simon. Hello, welcome to the Wellness Show. Hello, hello.
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 Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So welcome to the show. What's up?
Yes. So I was calling because I've been working on some relationship blocks where I basically am how do I explain this? So like if I'm in a relationship, I sabotage it in some way, and I'm noticing now I'm starting to attract healthier people that are more conscious, but I noticed that I have a fear in entertaining anything because I'm afraid that I'm going to get hurt. And I also in just friendships, I kind of keep my friends at an arm's distance,
right,
because I'm afraid of like the connection, because they might
sabotage them
somehow.
Yeah, so this is a recurring theme probably from past lives where it wasn't trustworthy to have a friend, or a friend betrayed you probably in a past life, and that it's difficult for you in this lifetime. So yeah, there's no reason that can be cleared up. So we're going to go to Miss Laura Kuhl. I think she's getting a flashcard, which is, I think, a symbol of she's getting something. So
I am. What's your first name, hon?
It's Lorraine Simon.
Lorraine Simon.
Simon.
Okay, so what I get is that you have a block. Well, it's not a block so much as it is that you need to work on opening yourself up into vulnerability and you're opening up your heart chakra, which is beautiful, but it's really like verbalizing the vulnerability of what it is that you desire. So maybe try it in front of the mirror at your house or in your bathroom, where you're alone and you feel safe. And once you feel safe with that partner, try opening up more and more and more. And I believe that this can be unblocked by you. I don't feel like it's a block. I just think it's like you haven't practiced it. It's not something that comes naturally for you. And it's like a muscle. You gotta lift it. Lift heavier weights.
I agree with Laura, and I'm going to give you, seeing as she sent you to the mirror, while you're at the mirror, I want you to look deeply into your own eyes, no blinking and no staring sideways. I want you to love yourself unconditionally. It's if you can love yourself unconditionally and stare deep into your eyes, some amazing things will happen. Your eyes will actually shift, and you'll feel yourself in a different dimension. That means that you're really tuning in to who you are. So there's a fear of who you really are that you can, like a muscle, exercise in front of the mirror. And this will really help you, because if you love yourself unconditionally, even though you've had so much trauma, maybe in past lifetimes, in this lifetime, then guess what? You're putting out the vibration of loving yourself, and that attracts one who will love you unconditionally. So it all begins and ends with you. And of course, we can't help but say, if you're not doing the deep clearing protocol, that would really help as well. And there'll be a link in wellness show notes here about how to get that deep clearing protocol. 21 days, all this should be cleared up. But we would love for you to do some mirror work.
And you know what?
Of your soul.
And you know what, Lorraine? This rings true for me as well. So you know how they say, heal thyself, healer. So thank you, because I feel like this is a mirror for me as well, that I wrote down Tyson's suggestion as well. So how about you and I do it, and next week we'll meet back here, and you and I can talk about it.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, this does take practice, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for phoning in.
That's good. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. The lines are open. It's toll-free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. We're here to answer all your questions, help you get out of your way, take back your personal power, stand in your truth.
And we need to remind the people who are listening to this afterwards that we're a live show. So if you call 1-866-369-7464, you're going to get our lovely Tyhson Banighen, and he's always open to do healings and help you with the deep clearing protocol or direct you in a way that you need. So if you're listening off the live show, feel free to call into that number and talk to Tyhson.
Everybody's gifted a free 15-minute connection with me and to help you, make the next step. And then, if we need to do deeper work, then I can help you do that. In the Academy, and just to let you know, the Wellness Academy is now up and running on the new website. It's on a super fast server, so it'll be easier for you to sign in. I'm still under construction, but the wellness store is up and running. All the products are there and available to order. That's fully active, and the courses are still under construction, but very quickly there will be step 1 for the deep clearing program, step 2, 3, and 4. So how to climb the ladder of consciousness as you clear yourself. Okay, now I've done the deep clearing protocol. What's the next step? And then what's the next step? And there'll be different conduits. There'll be one on how to clear yourself, how to learn how to douse, how to help clear other people, and how to clear the trauma in a house or in a building or in the planet. So those are the stepping stones: healing yourself, healing others, and healing the planet. Well, actually, healing ourselves so we can heal the planet. The planet's doing just fine with human beings. We need to be reminded that before humans, the planet did really fine. After humans, the planet will do just fine. Thank you very much. So really the healing begins and ends with us, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So join us on this new year, on this Chinese New Year, at the beginning of a new year. Great time to put your intention out about what it is that you want to manifest this year. Charlie Riverman, blessings of peace to you both. Yes, and Charlie, if you want to jump on and read us your latest poem, you're more than welcome to do that. We loved your poem from before, and I just would love to share your poem, whatever's coming through you with the writer community. So if you feel free to phone in, don't be shy. We're here to broadcast your words into the world. Yeah. So and anybody else, if you're a poet or a songstress, if you want to come on and share your loveliness to the world. I mean, one of the people, Oz, she just came in from the Yucatan. I guess she's visiting down there in the sacred sites of the Yucatan, my favorite place on the planet to go work with my Mayan shaman. And I wrote about that this morning. I'm doing 14 day, what is it anyway? 12 weeks of the writer's journey. What is it called?
Wow.
Yeah, so I have to write 3 pages a day. So we're doing the artist's way as a book club. So I have to make a contract that I will write 3 pages today. And on the 3 pages I talked about opening the portal at a sacred site and what that involved and why does one do that and how does one talk with the Lords of Light. So if you're in the Yucatan, go to one of the sacred sites, do a ceremony to open the door, and then talk to the Lords of Light. They're still there, and they are magnificent teachers. They will download you the keys and codes for that site and for the ascension process that they want your body to go through at this time. So it's a living embodiment. They're like living universities of light.
And speaking of which, what did you say, Ascension? So there are a ton of people talking about Ascension issues going on right now, like not sleeping, nausea, dizziness. What else?
Cramps, stuck energy.
Yeah. So
some people just decide they'd rather die than deal with it. So yeah.
Well, it's not that bad.
Well, no, some people are just checking out, which is okay too. You know, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Because I'm like, I mean, my sister and I both had some issues on the same day. Whoa, hello. Sorry.
Well, maybe somebody's phoning in wants to get on the show. So.
I don't think so. This is not that kind of a call. So, we both had issues on the same day, and then I started seeing it on Facebook.
Here we have Charlie.
So let's talk about how we can help with those ascension
Hello,
issues.
Charlie. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, Charlie. Welcome to the show. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right. Do you have a poem that you'd like to share?
Sure.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt Laura.
No, that's okay. I always interrupt Laura. We can always talk to Laura at any
We'll
moment.
go back to me later, Charlie.
We'll go back
ahead.
to Laura in a moment.
So I got confused. I'm gonna shut off my phone and I'll listen to you.
We're having a bit of a bad.
No. This is about the tea. Come on.
We're having a bad connection, Charlie.
I think he has his computer on or something behind
Hey,
him.
Charlie, we're having a hard time hearing you. I think you got us on 2 channels. I think you got us on one and one on the other. So could you turn one of them off? We're getting an echo.
Okay.
That's much better.
Is there a better way?
There you are. All right. Sorry to interrupt you, but you were getting garbled.
Yeah. Okay.
There's still an echo. I don't know. Is there a radio on in the background? Or...
Well, let's do that. That could very well be. Yeah. Is that better?
No, I can still hear the radio in the background. Could you shut the door?
Well, I gargled quite well.
All right. There, that's better. Oh, no, there's still something in the background. Anyway.
Let me shut off. Okay.
There you go.
Let me shut off everything other than the phone.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
That's much better.
Okay.
That's much better.
All right. So, yeah. So, it's a beautiful day here in southwestern Maine. And so you sing a poem, and you know there's always poems flowing through me. So the poem I offer is one that came through me yesterday morning during meditation with Malini Rahendran.
and it's about peace. So if you just, everyone who's listening, just take a moment of rest and relax, and I will share this with you all. Seeking peace. We gather within our heart, each of us joining together through the love, the liquid love that flows source. Each molecule of third-dimensional existence is eager and excited to bond and to co-create physical existence. Oh, how precious is peace. For it is not just a word or feeling. It is a dimension of energetic existence that emanates from the source of all beingness. There are no distractions within peace, only what we bring into it from outside of its perfection. Leave all of that confusion and misunderstanding behind you as you embrace stillness and perfection, remembering that you are the flourishing peace of unconditional love. Aho, my family. Bless you all. Thank you, Tyson. Love you, Laura. Both of you are just amazing.
Thank you, Charlie. Those are wise words that we needed to hear, especially when we're talking about ascension, problems that people are having, you know, and the caller before us. The solution is always unconditional love. And as Charlie always reminds me, we are one, always have been, and always will be. And when we forget that, we fall into the illusion of separation and we suffer.
It's so true. It is so true. The whole thing, everything always comes back to love and loving yourself and being softer and softer and softer. And once you let go of the anger and the hate and the trying to hold on to what used to work, and you let go and you just go down a river of love and acceptance, that what is, it's so much easier. I mean, it's not always easy to let go, right? Because sometimes we have understandings or feelings that overpower us, and so then we go into this like place of knowing or wanting to fix. And when we allow to let go and just go into our hearts and love these people or love each other, everything just works so much easier. But it's so much easier said than done. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Right.
Absolutely. So that's why we got to keep saying it.
That's right.
People and keep sharing the love and the peace and making it real for them. So that's really when we internalize the words and internalize the energy, then everything automatically.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll let you both be.
Yeah, I'm just going to say one more thing. In the Mayan prophecy, it says, let go and flow with the river.
Yes.
Let go and flow with the river.
That's what I always think about. Yeah.
And I have to say, in all honesty, this is the most difficult part for me. The lessons that I'm learning as my loved one has departed is that I'm not in control. I never have been in control. And every moment I thought I was in control, that I had this that I was the manager of my own life. I was in the delusion of separation from God. I thought that somehow I was in charge. And to let go of that and to truly, truly surrender. I mean, on your bended knee and even more. I mean, somebody said, are you prepared to be the Christ, right? Dying in the arms of the Divine Mother. Are you prepared to do that? Are you prepared to give up your life in order to be guided, to fulfill your destiny on this planet? And if you're not ready. You're not really truly serving who you are and who you be. You're not living the truth of who you are. I thought, oh, that's a big one. You know, that's a big one. That's like being prepared to die in the moment, which is what Krishnamurti says. If you're not prepared to die in this moment, then you're not fully alive.
My mom and I had this same conversation on Sunday. And she said, Laura, are you afraid to die? And I said, absolutely not. Come and get me now. I'm good. I'm at peace with God. I'm
Right.
good with God. That's and I yelled it to God the other day, and to my dad and to all of my guides and whatever. I was like, I love you. I love you. I don't fear anything. I just love you so much. And the more that I come closer to the God energy, and the closer that or the more that I open my heart, the closer that I get to that energy, the more that I understand that there is no separation from there to here. How are we able to connect so easily with the other side? Because we love God so much. And call God, Allah, call whatever the name it is that you call it. I call it God. I was raised Christian, so that's the way it is. Whatever it is that you call it, whatever it is that you can connect to. But don't think that there's something that it's not there, that the angels and your guides are okay to talk to, but not God.
Right.
That's that. I have very strong feelings about that. So
yeah, so you were talking about the ascension symptoms that people are experiencing, and you know that with the download of the keys and codes, and I was writing about this morning. The keys and the codes for each. So this is a Chinese New Year. So and it's a new moon yesterday. So that's why it's a Chinese New Year, because it's associated with a new moon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So right now, in the Silver Banks off the coast of the Dominican Republic, the whales are gathering and have birthed. They're just birthing or have birthed their little ones, right? And we went on a sacred journey, Sarah and I, to swim with the humpback whales. And that was in January 26, 2005.
Well, that's my birthday. That's awesome.
That's right. And that's my first experience with a crystal skull, which is another story.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, so here we are these many years later with no Sarah and no whales, but it's still happening. Like this is a universal Gaian cycle of birth and death. The whales gather, and in the dreamscape, in the middle of the night, I awoken with the vision of all the whales gathered in a circle. That they're called spy hopping, or all their heads are out of the water, and they're in a circle of 12 around one, and above them is an Arcturian spacecraft. Okay, the Arcturians are the extraterrestrial beings that do all of the what do you call it? You know, the flowers of life that they do in the fields. You know, crop circles. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, which is sacred geometry.
Which is sacred geometry. In this particular case, they are downloading the harmonics, which I call the keys and codes, to the whales. And so every year, the songs of the humpback whales are different. They've been recorded to be different. And then as the whales, this tribe of whales goes north up to the Arctic, right? So along the coast of New England and Newfoundland and up through Labrador into the Arctic Ocean, where they feed on the krill. When they're in the south and they're in the Silver Banks, they're protected by the reef, so the sharks can't get at the babies, right? But they don't feed there. And in fact, anyway, there's more to that story. But anyway, they're protected there. And so they're downloaded with these keys and codes, and then they sing those into the song lines of the earth and the ocean as they travel north. And another pod goes south to the Antarctic on the east coast. Another pod goes north on the Pacific from Hawaii. And another pod goes south to the Antarctic. So both sides, you know, of North America, well, the whole world, the whales are singing these keys and codes into the seas and to the land. I was only thinking about it into the crystalline structure of the earth, but I realized it's also underneath the ocean. So it's ringing the bell. So these are the ascension codes that are being encoded now and going to be sung by the whales, which we then feel through the vibrations through our feet, through the crystalline structure, the matrix of Mother Earth, right? So we're getting it from above coming down, and then our grounding through the whales and the structure of the crystalline grid gives us this anchor so that the energy can flow through, because if it doesn't get flow through and grounded, then we'll burn our synapses. And that's where the pain comes from with the ascension, is that we are somehow, our meridians are blocked, or our chakras are out of alignment, or we have trauma, unresolved conflict, core fractures, or whatever is in the way of the divine flow of energy, and it will bump up, on that break in the meridian, and you'll have pain. So that's why doing a deep clearing protocol it should be renamed an ascension protocol for this time on the planet. We really need to do the ascension deep clearing protocol to get our body prepared for the higher frequencies and energies. So we learn how to ground these energies so they can pass through our body and we're safe in the process.
Well, yesterday I had a client call. She had a child who's extremely psychic, and Crystalline, he's a little bit older, he's 13 or 14, and he is having so many problems. And because he said that he saw and heard non-essentials in their house, that they put him on schizophrenic medicine, which is doing him no good. It's just harming him. And I talked to the woman and clearly stated, this child and you need to be on the deep clearing protocol. Otherwise, this child is going to end up in prison where he does not belong. And out there, the crystalline children right now, this is what's happening to them. So the deep clearing protocol will clear that out so that you can have a clearer channel of understanding with these kids. So it's not only for adults, it's not only for people like Tyhson and myself who are
on an evolutionary path. It's for everyone.
It is. It so is. And my heart just aches for these children that are being misdiagnosed and over, like, the chemicals that you put in these children are like, they're so sensitive. And I know because I'm sensitive that it just blows you out. You can't.
Right. It blows your circuits.
Right. You don't do better. So please, like sing it to all of your friends that have children that do the deep clearing protocol with them.
Yeah. So the message really, and thank you, Laura, for bringing this up. And we do have, if you go www.rainbowchildrens.net or .com, I'm not sure which one it is, it will take you to a landing page, which I'll make sure is still working. And there's a series of videos about that. There's also some work to how to work with the rainbow, crystalline, all the different types of children that are being born at this time through Theta. So there's a Rainbow Children's whole course, which is for parents and grandparents on how to work with these children. I really highly recommend that if you are a parent or a grandparent, to take that course so that you'll understand how to communicate in a safe way with these children and create a safe environment for them to open up. Most of them are closed down because it's too scary. This planet's way too violent for them. It's way too out of their comfort zone for them to even allow their souls to be embodied in their body. So if any of this is making sense to anybody out there with regard to their own children or children of friends that they know, please, this is one of my passions, right? Is to work with these kids, but not so much with the children, but with their parents, for their parents understand why these children are unique and that these are the new wayshowers. The children that are here will bring in a new earth, and that we are here to help them. We're like their welcoming committee.
Yep.
Help them be secure and safe in this process.
Well, let's be honest, you and I are these people. And so we know what it's like to go through all of childhood being misinterpreted.
Diagnosed or whatever. Like, thank God there was no diagnosis when I was a kid.
Seriously, and no drugs for us. Oh
No
my
drugs for us. I mean, I felt that they might lock me up if they ever figured out what I was thinking. But that aside, right? I mean, I was pretty free other than nobody understand who the F I was, right? But I was never slam dunked with the Ritalin or all these other drugs or diagnosis or whatever, right? So, yeah. So,
blessed with a father who was, you know, intuitive as well. So he told me, and I was just thinking about this morning, that he told me, now I know why he told me to not tell people who and what I am, because there's so much negativity, especially back then, about being intuitive. And when I would say, oh, Dad, I see these, you know, I would see like flashes of light. And he'd be like, that's just a figment of your imagination, Laura. Just ignore it. It'll go away. When I was a kid. So, I mean, he helped me in the way that he could, because
don't you dream of a civilization where your parent would be saying, well, that's fantastic. If you do this, the colors will be brighter and you'll see the full aura. I mean, that's the world I want to live in, right?
It's happening because the parents now, at least the parents that I know that are having kids, are like this.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
They are helping their kids open up to this. What's not helping is what's going on the other side that's trying to stop it. But
yeah, the societal aspect. And on the dark side of it, and I'll bring this up because it's important to know, and one of the reasons why Laura's father said don't talk about this is because in the lineage, those that are psychic like Laura, that are in the third, fourth, whatever generation, they're tracked. They're literally tracked. You are monitored, and those that are highly gifted are hunted down. I can't think of a better word to use. Hunted down by those in power to be co-opted to use their psychic power for nefarious reasons. And so a lot of work has gone into keeping these kids safe, right? And and then I have a good friend who works with these type of kids, and I'm talking about kids that can read books underneath their arms. They can come in blindfold and tell you which page you're on in the book and what book you're reading and what the next paragraph will say. These are amazingly gifted children. So if you have these children, then please get hold of us so I can connect you with the people that know how to work with these children. Then that's their life work. Okay. So there you are. Yeah.
I love working with children myself and with the parents to make cohesive between the two of them.
That's right. Yeah, building that bridge so that they can understand each other.
And remember that our animals that are coming in are running the same crystalline energy as the kids are.
Yeah,
so they're super smart. And if you visualize with like Winnie, my new puppy, I visualize what I want to do, and he does it like that. He's so stinking smart.
Right. Well, here we are chatting away here, and we love to chat, and we could fill the whole hour up, but this is really your hour to phone in and get your questions answered. So don't forget, there's the number right there. It's toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. If you want to come in internationally by WhatsApp, it's 1-250-803-2480, which is my cell phone. So either way of those numbers, you get my cell phone and you get to talk to me, whether I'm live on this show or whether or not, like Laura said, she let the cat out of the basket or out of the box or whatever, a cat out of the bag, I guess was the expression, and said, hey, you can phone this dude anytime you want. Yeah. Well, I guess so, right? I am available. If I don't answer the phone, it means I'm in a conference or I'm working with a client or teaching a course. But if you leave me a message, I have this neat app that translates your message into words, so I can and also listen to it at any time, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so make sure you leave your number. And the other way to get hold of me and to arrange an appointment that suits my schedule is you can go to any one of my websites, and actually in the show notes itself is a link to book a session with Laura or myself. Now, Laura, I just used your link to your web page. I didn't give them a specific link. So you might want to check out the show notes and see if that link is what you want to use or not.
Yeah, it is. It's laurakuhl.com.
Okay, great. So yeah, so either way, you can get hold of us and have a free session, and we'll get you on the path of rediscovery on this ascension path. So we're renaming the deep clearing program, the Ascension Deep Clearing Program, to help you understand how important this is, that it's not just dealing with what no longer serves you, it's preparing for the new energies that are flowing into you through your crown chakra.
So what's your advice as we go through these ascension times? Like, what would you say to all of these empaths out there that are
you have to treat your body with a great deal of love and respect. So not only do you do the mirror work, the one that I really like to do with doing the sound session with people is at the end of it, or even doing the clearing toxic emotions, I tell people to run a bath and to light candles and to use, some essences, preferably lavender, and use Epsom salts or magnesium salts. Hot bath. Don't soak for more than 20 minutes in there, because you'll be losing energy rather than gaining. And then I want you to, in front of a full-length mirror, butt naked, love every square inch of your body. I mean, every roll, every pimple, every dimple, everything. I mean, it's one thing to stare into your eyes, and which are the windows to your soul, and love yourself that way, but to love every bit of your body, because we have so much hate in our culture about our bodies because they're not perfect according to all the imprinting that we're given, that we have to be young and physically fit and this and that, and between the ages of blah and blah, and we have to have curly hair or straight hair or whatever, or big boobs, or magnificent butt or whatever. We need to let go that we're perfect in God's creation exactly the way we are. Otherwise, we will change it through our consciousness by changing who we are and how we show up in the world. So that's number one, is loving ourselves unconditionally. And the other one is really doing something with your body. You need to be in nature. You need to go hug a tree. You need to go for a walk, at least 3 walks a week.
Oh, wait a minute. We have been in Arctic weather here lately, and maybe you Canadians up there can handle it, but it's cold down here. So
yeah, I have to say I have not been walking, which is not normal for me. But then what I would love you to do is join us for the Feldenkrais every Thursday. I can't do it live, but with Tyhson, his name is Tyhson Bartel, I think it is. Michael, could you type it in? I think it's Bartel. Michael's been communicating with him on Thursday, and we'll put it in the show notes. It's Feldenkrais. It's really, really powerful. He's a wonderful guy. It's about an hour, and it's just really subtle movements to rearrange and release the trauma in your fascia and open yourself up so the energy can flow. So it's Tyhson, Tyhson, Bartel, Bartel. Put that into Facebook and you will find the link. He has all of his past videos, so I've downloaded them, and so I do try and do one of those, or one every other day. I also have rubber bands, which I love the band exercises because I can do them, which is physical and strength. I love the bands, and I have a great program online to do that, so I do that as well. I like to do Qigong with Michael. It's a little too cold to do it outside, but every once in a while we do that as well. And then there's the 5 Tibetan rites. So Google the 5 Tibetan rites. They are very powerful and will keep you youthful. There's something incredibly powerful about the 5 Tibetan rites. So do that.
All right.
So what I'm saying is you need to be moving your body. You need to be doing things with your body. You need to be doing strength training with the bands. You need to be opening up your fascia with Feldenkrais or yoga, right? You need to be learning how to manage your chi, which is breath, which you will also do through Feldenkrais, but also with Tai Chi or Qigong. So with all of those things are similar things like that, which, by the way, some of this is explained in Taking Back Your Personal Power course, which will now be retooled or renamed, I think, as Deep Clearing, I think level 2 or 3, or maybe it's 4, is really talking about food, water, physical exercise that goes with the Deep Clearing protocol to hone your physicality to handle these new ascension energies.
And laughter.
And laughter. And sex.
Okay. You and I are kind of nixed on that one, but everyone else can enjoy it.
Well, I don't know. I won't go there, but you can read my mind. Okay.
Oh, so yes, laughter. My sister commented last night. She's like, "Oh my God, you're so funny." And I said, "Yes, it lightens up. It breaks up all this energy." And
Yeah, it does.
And that is so important. So instead of watching some of that scary stuff that's on all over, Google something funny, like old funny, not the new funny, because the new funny isn't really funny.
Right. So I've been reminded here that it's time to open up the behind the curtain aspect of this show. And so I will try and get a Zoom link to work. Last week I was not able to make it work, but there'll be a link that you'll need to have to join us live. I'm going to be talking to Laura to put a little money behind that, because it's when you pay a little bit of money for this, then you're going to respect it. What does this mean? It means that you'll be on the call live with us, and it means that you'll be the first one to put up your hand and get a clearing or ask us questions. So if you want to be first in line to be with us, then I want you to pick up the Behind the Curtain show pass and join us live on Zoom every week. And if we get enough traction, Laura's encouraging me to maybe do more than one show a week. But it's all up to you. If you're not getting something from this show, we're not going to show up. I mean, we love to talk with each other, but we can do that without an audience. So we would really love for you to show that you like this show by promoting it to your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, and even to your clients. And don't forget to phone in. So the lines are open. It's 1-866-369-7464, or the number is above me here. Don't forget you can come in through WhatsApp internationally, toll free, and that is also 1-250-803-2480, which again is my cell phone, which Laura has reminded you, gives you access to a 15-minute free session with me whenever I'm available. If I'm not available when you phone, leave your name and number and saying you want a free session, and I'll get back to you. All right? Okay, yep. So we got 10 more minutes to go. We got 11 more minutes to go to the top of the hour. Yes.
So, what do you think is going on? I'm seeing spiders on my walls again at night that are not actual, they dissipate.
Yeah.
It happened last year, remember? It started crap out of me. It doesn't scare me at all anymore. I'm just like, go away. And they just kind of dissipate.
Yeah, I would think that, to me, spiders are allies. So what I would say to those energetic spiders, that if you come in love and peace and of the light, then you're more than welcome to be here. But if you're not from the peace and light, 100% from the divine light, you need to leave. Spiders in that form can be used by those that are of the dark to intrude on people's spaces, right? And they're in bondage. So you could even talk to the spiders and say, if you're not of the light, do you know that you are being used to do things that are not beneficial to humans? How would you like to change that? Would you like to change that? Would you like to work for the light? And almost invariably they'll say yes, because they don't know they've been enslaved or entrapped, which is a way to disempower those that are using these and giving you freeing entities to evolve into the light. So yeah, so that's what I would say about spiders.
Well,
I like my spiders. I try and warn my spiders that I'm about to vacuum, right? And
you don't vacuum them up, do you?
no, I'm warning them that I'm coming to clean up the webs and you need to vacate, right? I mean, and also they need to know in my house that my cat goes hunting for them every morning, right? She goes into every corner to see if she can find spiders, which I guess she finds yummy.
That's what my puppy was doing the other day. And then he got one of those Asian beetles.
Yeah.
That one right off. You know, those things are bitter as hell.
That's right. Didn't like that one, right?
Yeah, he's running around shaking. I was like, well, you know, you're 13 weeks old. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. That's not tasty.
It's not as good as that spider was over there.
No. Yeah.
Not that I have spiders in my house by any means. I clean a lot.
Well, I have to say that Darlene left the vacuum upstairs as a hint. So I guess that that I have to be vacuuming more.
Right?
My dream is to have wood floors.
You need a 1-866-369-7464 if you're a maid, call Tyson.
Yes, I did. I used to bring in somebody to clean the house every once in a while for Sarah, just so that she didn't feel she had to do it. And boy, did they ever do a great job, which I appreciated. And I have a funny story. I don't know if I said it before, but Sarah was away, and the last day before she came home, I hired somebody to come clean the house, mainly because I had created a big mess that I needed help to clean up.
Okay.
And I was boiling eggs on the stove. I think I had 4 eggs or 6 eggs on the stove. And I was running around doing everything whatever. And then there was this great boom. And I went into the kitchen and all the eggs had exploded. And there was egg all over the carpet, and all over the ceiling, all over the covers, all over the floor. There was bits of egg everywhere. And there's a textured ceiling. So the egg is embedded in the textured ceiling. And the cleaning lady arrives. And I think, oh God. So I take her into the kitchen and I show her, and she starts, I thought she was going to pee her pants. She started laughing so hard. I said, aren't you really angry at me because you got to clean this mess up? No, she said, you made my day. She was just absolutely rolling around laughing so hard. And as she left, she said, don't forget, at least put a lid on the pot next time, okay?
I mean, come on. I've never heard that eggs exploding.
Oh, they do. They're like bombs. Don't do it. Unless you want to be cleaning every inch of the kitchen and the floor, ceiling, walls, cupboards, everything. Because it goes everywhere.
Yep. They had that happen with beans in this house. When my sister, the beans exploded. And they had beans, you can still see them on the stain on the roof where it was. Yeah. On the ceiling, the roof.
Well, we used to be bad when we were in the Boy Scouts. We take those Carol cans. I don't know if you know what they are, but they are sort of like a liquid corn syrup. And they came down to a point, and we used to fill them up with about half with water, and then turn them upside down in the fire and stick them straight up. And the steam increases, and then it blows out the bottom of the container and skyrockets the can into the air. Now, of course, it can fall over in the fire, right? And then it's going to go sideways. So you got to be really, really super careful. Otherwise, you're ducking a launched Carol can, right? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a bit dangerous, but we had a lot of fun.
They had a point on the Carol can?
No, it comes to a point, right? Like this. The can's here, and then it comes to a point where you pour it. And then there's a little tiny lid like this. And so that's the pressure point. So when you put it upside down, the steam builds in there and blows the lid, and the can takes off, right? we used to get in a lot of trouble. But anyway,
I
that's
can
another
see
story.
that with you. You definitely have an adventurous spirit, and that's wonderful. So
Yeah, I got myself into a lot of trouble, but that's okay.
not
It was
trying to-
always the
Yeah.
guys around me was always their fault. They always put me up to it.
but don't try that at home, kids. You got to put that out there. That is dangerous and not a good idea.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Tyson, did you get Caro syrup all over you?
No, because we waited until we had used the can. We don't want to waste that. It's an empty can, right?
Well, you said you filled it halfway with water, so I'm thinking there's Caro syrup in the other half.
No. That would be gooey, messy. It would be everywhere. Don't do that. No.
Well, that's what I was thinking you were doing. That's why I
Oh,
was.
that would be like, it would be corn syrup from hell to breakfast. No, don't do that. But actually, don't do it at all. But anyway.
But it's fun.
It is fun.
2 years, right?
Yeah, it's like putting firecrackers in rotten tomatoes. It's fun, but probably shouldn't be doing it.
Because it's the new Chinese New Year, they tell you not to work. Very, very little work.
Right.
No doing laundry, no doing dishes. I had to clean yesterday. I'm following all the rules. No lots of water because water can put out the fire or whatever. So
Well, in the Dow house,
I just want
we'll
you.
be doing like 3-hour ceremonies, which, by the way, I've actually participated in. It's the most complicated, amazing ceremony with I don't know, like the incense sticks for all the grand masters, and yeah, it's very, very powerful time in which in the Tao to do ceremony. So yeah, so
Right now.
right now, yeah. So blessings everybody for the Chinese New Year. If you're doing ceremony, God bless you. Do your vows for me because I'm not anywhere near a Tao house at the time. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a time in which ceremony is done, right? To honor the ancestors and the lineage.
So we should burn incense. I wasn't sure.
Yes, absolutely. Burn incense. And by the way, with the passing of my loved one, Sarah, I have a ceremony that I do with her with incense and reading from the Tao on the day of her passing. And I do that for 7 weeks, which is apparently, according to the Tao, that the spirit of the soul will be in our realm at least for that period of time before they move on. So it's a way to contact them and help them stabilize what's going on as they make the full transition from this dimension to other dimensions. So yeah.
She's a strong woman.
I'm no doubt she's with the she, which is the counterpart to the fairies. So there's a humans here and there's she here, and they both are evolving in parallel lines, right? They're equivalent to us on other dimensions. I'm convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that she was so excited in working with the fairy kingdom that if she's not going to be there permanently, she's certainly visiting it right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, we're nearly at the top of the hour. Do you have any pearls of wisdom? We got 2 minutes to go in. Some wise words.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. And we love everybody that does show up on the show. It's your show. Don't show up, we're not showing up. So there. It's just the way it is.
Oh, there. But we still love you.
Yeah, we still love you. Now, don't forget, you can get us, if you're listening to this show after the fact, we are live every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is
11
what time in your time zone?
11 Central Time and noon Eastern.
So if you're not catching the show live, don't forget you can still use the toll-free number 1-866-369-7464 to get hold of me to get a free session for 15 minutes. And also there's links in the show notes for you to also book a time, which means that I'll be available at that time, and also book a time with Laura. So don't forget, the deep clearing protocol is really an Ascension protocol to get your body ready to handle the new inflow of energy that's coming onto the planet, particularly at this new cycle of the Chinese New Year. And what is a year? Do you know? Is it the year? Was the last year was a pig? What's a what?
Metal ox.
Clocks. Yes, the clocks. Okay. Friday. Until then, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And don't forget, do the deep clearing protocol. Bye for now.
Bye.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at The Wellness Academy. Visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.